Alright guys, so in the last video you saw that when we were tuning the 36, the seals on the turbo went out, and I already told you Jacob got a new turbo. Still hasn't come in yet, so I'm not going to tell you which one it is. You'll see that later in this video. But he pulled the turbo off the old one yesterday, so if you look inside, you can actually see all the oil in the turbine side. See all that in there? That's what all that smoke was. It was all just burning oil. So yeah, he pulled that off. Another reason we think the seals went out is the drain on the pan was at like a 45-degree angle down. So it went down and then back up. So we think it was just the oil was building up and not draining right. So yeah, he got that off. Just waiting for the new turbo now. He's gonna make a new wastegate dump, as you can see right here. He just has to get a new flange for the wastegate. So in the meantime, till that gets here, I'm gonna put some water lines on my turbo because I never had any. And if you saw in the other video, Troy from Trilogy was saying, you know, he's like, oh man, the turbo probably blew because of the water lines. So I'm definitely putting water lines on my car, or on my turbo. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'll probably pick this up tomorrow when the new turbo gets here. All right, so like I said yesterday, the new turbo came in. It's a Garrett. I think I might have already said that. If not, it's a Garrett. So Jacob went with it's a journal bearing. It's not ball bearing because he doesn't want to have to run water lines. So we got it. We're gonna put it on today. Got all new fittings and whatnot over here to run new drain, new feed line, just all new lines, all new fittings, everything, right? Well, this is a T3. He ordered a T3 because every other one of our cars is either a T3 or T25. But if you look in here, you know, you might not be able to see it very well. That is a T4. So yeah, turns out he ordered a T3 turbo. The manifold he has on the BMW is a T4. So now he has to ship this one back, get a T4, but they don't make this one in a T4. He doesn't want anything too much bigger than this because it's going to be journal bearing, and he doesn't want it to spool very high up. He wants it to spool pretty low, and yada yada yada. Yeah, so it's kind of complicated now. But this video is not going to be going up for a while now because you have to basically order a new turbo. So whenever that one gets here and this one goes back, I guess I will get back to you guys and show you the other turbo. So alright guys, so scratch everything I just said. I guess yesterday Jacob started thinking about it, and instead of getting another turbo, sending this one back and ordering a T4 flange turbo, he's just gonna cut the T4 flange off of this manifold. He already ordered a T3 flange, and he's just gonna weld it to here and then put the turbo he already has on there. The reason he did that is in order to get a turbo with a T4 flange, he'd have to go bigger than the one he already has. He doesn't really want to go bigger because he doesn't want it to spool at, you know, 5,500, 6,000 RPM. So that's what he's gonna do. So we got to take this manifold off. He's gonna cut that flange off, weld the new one on when it gets here. So this video is just gonna be compiled of a bunch of different days because I don't know when that flange is gonna get here, when the manifold's gonna come off, yada yada yada. So in the meantime, I'm still gonna put my water lines on my turbo. So I got all my fittings right here. Just some -6 fittings. I might show a little bit of that in this video, but yeah, until the new flange comes in, I'm just gonna be working on that thing. Maybe I'll add in a little bit of a drift event that we're going to this weekend. We'll see, maybe not. Let's see what this video picks up next. Alright, so as you guys saw yesterday, we cut the flange off of the BMW manifold right here. Still got to clean it up and everything, and when the new T3 flange comes in, we're going to weld that on. As you see right here, I got my line made for my coolant to my turbo. So I'm going to throw this one in. This is my feed line. I already made my drain line, so yeah, I'm just going to throw this in real quick. Alright, so I just got my water lines ran to my turbo. Let me show you real quick. So it's these lines that run across the front of the engine. They They run to obviously the side of the turbo. God, this light is really bad. There's like no light in here. So this is my feed over here. My drain's back there. So the feed runs to the side of the block down there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's an AN fitting back there. And then the drain just runs to right here, the side of where the radiator hose goes. So I'm going to put the bleeder thing, whatever you call it, on here and see if it leaks or not. Just like that, the T3 flange is now on this manifold.
Ow! Dang.
Told you it was sharp.
What a mess. Oh, I hate these studs. I'm telling you, I don't think it's gonna go on these.
It'll go on.
Did I tell you it's probably not gonna go on these? Dang, I need to do like another. Oh, no, I don't. If I just had a mallet.
You want me to get you one?
Please. 'Cause it's not gonna go on otherwise. Dude.
It's going in on the back, not the front.
Right. I'm telling you, this it's either the studs or
The flange.
it's like so annoying.
That's, there it goes. No, it's not down yet.
Not yet, but it will be.
Perfect fit.
Snug.
Isn't that terrible?
Slid right on. And just like that, the turbo went in with no problems whatsoever. Got all the bolts down there tight. Next be the feed, the up pipe, and see if it runs. All right, so I forgot my batteries for my GoPro, so those are dead. So I'm gonna use my phone for this. Jacob just changed the oil on the E36. He got the oil feed on, the drain on, everything on over there. Just has to put the up pipe on, and next thing you should see is it starting. Not really tuned for cold starts. Oh, that's probably really close to my face. No leaks. So it's not really tuned for cold starts yet. so that was the first little drive with the new turbo on. It looks like it is smoking a little bit, even after we turned it off. You might be able to see that. I'm hoping that's just some excess oil that was in the up pipe on the V-band and whatnot. It's also running really rich. It's running like 9 AFR at idle, so that's not good. That has to get fixed, but hopefully there's no real problems engine-wise. All right, guys, so back to the GoPro. As you saw, we got the new turbo on right here. Changed the oil, got everything on, everything back on, the feeds on, the drains on. We're gonna change out some of the clamps on the intercooler piping, make sure everything's okay. We're gonna switch the boost reference from here to over here, because this turbo Garrett's usually don't come with a boost reference. It's supposed to be right here. That's for the wastegate. So we're gonna take this off. Jacob's gonna weld that shut, put it over here, and just run the boost reference to the wastegate. So Troy from Trilogy might be coming tonight actually to tune the car. If he does, that'd be awesome. That's really quick. So not for you guys, but for us. So yeah, hopefully he comes tonight. That'd be great. If he doesn't, probably end the video here, but we'll see. Also, Jacobs should be getting spark plugs, so we're gonna change all those. Also, he has to make a wastegate dump. Yeah, right here. He has the wastegate dump made right there. He just has to weld it on, put it on the flange. Got a new flange over here, I believe. Yep, right here, got a new flange. So yeah, Jacob's on his way here right now. And yeah, we'll get working. So it's the next day. We got the spark plugs in. I don't know if I told you that yet. So we got them all in. They're all gapped. This is the new catch can setup. You got a new bracket welded onto here. Jacob did that yesterday. New filter on here. So the wastegate I have to take off real quick, throw the gasket in there. I have to put the vacuum line to the boost reference I made. You can't see it. It's on the bottom of the intercooler pipe. I'll show you that when I put it in the air. Yeah, just got to do a few things because Troy from Trilogy is actually on his way here right now. Jacob actually had to go to a family event, so he's not going to be here. So I'm going to drive the car for him. I'm going to drive it while Troy tunes it. So yeah, I'm just going to button these things up, and next thing you'll see is probably when Troy gets here. Real quick, while I have it in the air, this over here is the little thing I was telling you about for the boost reference, because the Garretts don't come with a boost reference. So this is the turbo that was on it before, the one where the seals went out. This is what I mean. This turbo has the boost reference right here. You can put the vacuum hose to that. Garrett's usually don't come with them. Mine didn't, so I had to do the same thing on my 240. So all you do, instead of the boost reference being on the turbo, it's in the intercooler piping right here, right after the turbo. All right, so it might be kind of hard to hear me, but Troy's here, tuning the BMW again, like I said. So he's in here right now, and just trying to get some settings right before we go and drive it. restricted. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I didn't really say too much last night when we were recording, when Troy was tuning the BMW, because I just wanted to focus on the tune and, you know, focus on getting the car done. Turns out car isn't done yet, so we're having a problem with cylinders 1, 2, 5, and 6 are running leaner than cylinders 3 and 4. So we're kind of leaning towards the injectors, so the next thing we got to do is pull the injectors out, either get new ones or try and get those cleaned, get them flow tested and cleaned. Also, Jacob ordered a valve cover gasket because that's kind of leaking a little bit. And while we have the valve cover off, you can actually change the head studs, like to ARP studs, without pulling the head off. So we're gonna put studs in it as well, so we can run a little more boost, because it's a completely stock engine right now. The other thing we were having a problem with was the valve cover vent. It seems like the car has a lot of blow-by, so we're gonna do a compression test first before we do any of what I just said. But it is a little better. We're getting kinks worked out. Unfortunately, we ran into that fuel issue, so we're also gonna check the inline fuel filter, because honestly, I think it's a stock inline filter. I don't think it's ever been changed. So we're gonna see if that's clogged. We're gonna check the fuel pump. We're just gonna check the whole fuel system. We even, I don't think I said it, we even put new spark plugs in it last night because the ones Jacob bought, I guess, weren't really that good. So we ended up getting, I think they're BKR 6Es, and put those in. Made it run a little better, but like I said, still having the fuel issue. So yeah, I'm just gonna end the video here. I don't want to drag this out any longer than it already is. Next thing you'll see is probably gonna be pulling the injectors out, doing a compression test, all that. So stick around for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.